I love toys. I love all kinds of toys. It's the Christmas season coming, and as a little kid, I always looked through the Sears catalog and looked at all the toys, and I wanted them all. I especially like toys that move, that take batteries, that have power in them. Well, I've never grown out of that because I've just replaced my toys as a kid with my toys for big boys. And what I'm talking about is anything that is powered that sews. I love sewing machines. One of the reasons I got into sewing was because of sewing machines. When I saw that these new sewing machines had all of these computerized parts, that turned me right on. I had to have them. I didn't know what I was going to do with them. When I bought my first sewing machine, it was basically because it had 50 decorative stitches. And I thought, wow, I'm a crafter. I could probably do something with that. So I bought that machine. And then one thing led to another. And as you know, if you've watched my Idiot Quilter episodes, I've had a lot of machines. Currently, I own two sewing machines. I have my main sewing machine, which is my Continental M7 Janome. And I have another Janome, which is what I call my travel machine, because I take it to classes with me, and that's my Skyline S7. And I love both of those machines. But I've had other machines in the past as well. I've had a 6700P, which is still going strong. That was my first really major sewing machine when I first got into quilting. And Walter has it now, and he uses it for garment sewing, and it hasn't given him one bit of problem in the time that he's had it, and he loves that machine. I did have a 15,000, not going there. That was a bad experience with a machine. And I've already talked about how machines hate me anyways. I love them, but they hate me. So I'm not going to get into that whole one. But of course, that led to another machine, which is my 550E embroidery machine. And I absolutely love that too. Plus, I do have a serger. And Walter has a serger and a cover stitch machine. So we have a lot of machines. They're toys. They're absolutely toys. I love figuring out how to do something new on one of those machines. I think that's why I like embroidery so much, because of what it can do, and it's very automatic. Well, then we invested in a really big toy, Lucy, the long arm. And again, that is a machine that totally different from a sewing machine in many ways, but so many things you can do with it. And I am hoping down the road, if all goes well, I am going to, in the next few months, invest into the computer component for the Lucy, so I can sit back and watch it do the quilting for me. Why do I love machines? Because I love the technology behind them. I just got a new iron. It is an industrial strength iron. It's a machine. It's a toy. And when I say the word toy, to me, toy means very serious, computerized, many working parts machine. And I love to tinker with them. I have 3D printers. I love playing with those as well. Now, they truly are basically a toy, okay? Because what are you making? You're using melted plastic that creates figurines, creates objects of art, things like that. Do they have practical uses? Yeah, they do, but not the ones that home hobbyists like me have. In the industrial level ones that cost thousands upon hundreds of thousands of dollars, those make serious industrial parts. The ones you have at home, you can make a few parts with those, but really, you're still just creating plastic. But it's fun to use them. And the thing I like about these types of toys, these machines, is that they inspire me. They get me thinking. They actually are my muse when it comes to creativity. Because I look at a machine and go, yeah, it's intended for this use. What else can I do with it? Now, maybe that's why I get into trouble with my machines, because I will take them and put them to the nth degree. I baby them, I look after them, I don't abuse them, but I do press them to the limits of their capability. Well, if the book they come with says it can do this, then let's see it do that. And if the book doesn't say anything directly that you can't do this, well, that just means that's a window of opportunity to try something else with that machine. And that's where the play comes in. And when you're playing with toys. So yeah, I love my toys, but I love my gadgets as well. Not everything has to be plugged in to get me excited, and not everything needs to have a computer component, although that helps. I like little gadgets, and the sewing world is full of little gadgets. Everything from different types of seam rippers to threaders to scissors to, well, you name it. There's lots of little gadgets out there. And again, I think that's one of the things that quilting as a hobby, what appeals to me, what keeps me quilting is because of the little gadgets, even things like templates and rulers. And someone's always coming out with a new type of ruler, and I have a lot of rulers in my collection. Do I use them all? No. But when I get a new ruler that does one thing, I start thinking about what other things I can do with it, because you get more bang for your buck if you can use it for multiple tasks. It's better than just a one-off. But yes, I love all of these toys. They keep me inspired. They keep me thinking. They keep me creative. And you want to know something? As you grow older, one of the things that happens to a lot of people is this starts to shut down. You basically get bored with maybe what you're doing. So buying a new little toy for your hobby, I think, helps to keep this going. It keeps you inspired. It keeps you thinking. It keeps things creative. I always look at things and say, okay, I know I can do that with it, but what if? And I think it's the answers that you come up with for the but what if question that keeps your brain active. I've seen people who don't have hobbies, who they live for their job, and when they retired, they just basically died. They died physically, but they also died mentally because they had nothing in their life to keep them going, to keep them creative. So again, another benefit, as far as I'm concerned, for me, in my love of playing, buying these toys, is that it keeps me interested in life. Because after all, if you lose interest in life, what's the alternative? So yeah, I love my toys. I love my tools. I love my gadgets. I love my computerized devices. And in this day and age in the world where we have constant innovation with the technology that's out there for creating new things, I think there's a lot of things that I can still explore. I just hope I can continue 20 years down the road having the same interest that I have now in all of these things, because it keeps life interesting.